page 5. On page 5 of the examination guideline, there are the 4 main topics or main focus areas. Business environments. Business environments is the first topic. Main focus. The second one is business ventures. The third main topic or main focus area is business roles, and then business operations. And now if we come back to each one of those main focus areas, you will see that each one is divided into content topics. The first one under business environments is the microenvironment, and here we are going to look specifically. The first part is the impact of recent legislation on businesses. Then the second topic, content topic under business environments, is the microenvironment, where we are going to look into business strategies. And then the last part, or the last content topic of business environments, is business sectors and their environments. You remember the business sectors are things like the primary sector, businesses in the secondary sector, and businesses in the tertiary sector. Right. And here we should also look into the span of control that the business have over challenges in the different types of environments. If we go back to the business environments, the microenvironments, and the impact, I just want to say to you that very, very important is there are 9 acts that we are going to study into this. So if you unpack these content topics under the business environment, then you will see that the volume of work is a lot. It's a big volume of work that we had to study. And very, very important is, if we go back to the structure of our question paper, section C is the essay type questions, and then I would like to say to you that when we come to the volume of work, for each of the 9 different types of legislation, remember each one lend itself to an essay type question. So in other words, just under business environments, under the microenvironments, there are already a possible of 9 different essay type questions. Then we come to the microenvironment, and we come to that. So very important is, if you go look back, think back of when you were doing the business environments, you will see that the volume of work was a lot. Then we come to the second main focus area, and this is business ventures. Although it is also a main focus area, which has got a lot of different content topics, but it is not so difficult than the first one. There we are going to do, under business ventures, we are going to do business management, in other words, and we are going to do leadership. Very important, we must try and differentiate between management and leadership. And then also, here it's important to know the different management styles, and very important, in which circumstances you can apply the different management styles. The next content topic under business ventures are investment and securities. In other words, the different types of investment opportunities. I just want to say to you that besides those that we know, like the fixed deposits, savings, endowment policies, insurance, and so on, we have got a new one, and that we covered this year for the first time, and this was called government retail bonds. Government retail bonds, and I would like you to make sure that you know the content of what is this government retail bonds. Then we look into investment, and that topic covers insurance and assurance. In other words, you must differentiate between what is insurance and what is assurance. And then, very, very important, the third or the fourth topic, content topic under business ventures, is the forms of ownership, with the focus on how they can contribute to the success or the failure of the business. Now, I just want to stand a minute or two and park myself on these forms of ownership. Very, very important, learners. In grade 12, we are not going to ask you, although you had to recap during the year, the different types of forms of ownership, where you had to look into what is each one, and what is the advantages and the disadvantages and the characteristics of each of those forms of ownership. In grade 12, we are not going to ask you that. In particularly in grade 12, we are going to look into the focus of certain factors that can contribute to the success and the failure of the business. And remember, as I'm saying, this doesn't refer to the advantages and the disadvantages of the different forms of ownership. You know that there are 5 forms of ownership. Let me quickly run through it. It's the sole proprietorship, it's partnerships, closed corporations. Although it doesn't exist anymore, we still had to do this because it's part and parcel of the syllabus. And the reason why it's part and parcel of the syllabus is that although there is no act that controls this business form of ownership anymore, the existing ones are not totally dismantled. And then we have got public companies with limited liabilities, and then private companies. This is the 5. But the factors, there are 6 factors that can influence the success or the failure of each of these 5 forms of ownership. And what is important? Important is, in your different textbooks, it is very, very nicely stated. You must learn those 6. I just want to mention a few of them. It's profits, it's capacity, it's management, it's legislation, taxation, to mention a few of them. And you must describe this, and you must be able, in an essay type question, how will tax have an influence, taxation have an influence, positive or negative, on each one of the 5 forms of ownership. Then, very, very important, a topic that we usually neglected, this is presentation and the data response questions. Very, very important is, we must also look under business ventures, we must look and we must study presentation and data responses.